Hey everyone, and welcome back to our series on building reliable AI applications. Today, we're diving into a really tricky topic, citation reliability. Have you ever seen an AI give you a perfect-looking answer, complete with citations, but when you look closer, the answer is just wrong? It's a super common problem. You see the Dify interface, it shows the citation nice and clear, but the conclusion it draws is total nonsense. This brings us to a crucial point. A citation isn't a proof of delivery note. Just because a source is listed doesn't mean the information delivered is correct. This is episode 40, Citation Reliability. We're going to break down why this happens and what we can do about it. Think of it like this: inspection, citation reliability, and the chain of evidence. Let's get started. Imagine you're receiving a package. You see a box with a cargo source label on it. That label is like our citation, it tells you where the package is supposed to have come from. But does that label guarantee the contents are what you ordered? Not necessarily. Now, let's translate this to the world of Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG. The AI model is like a delivery driver. When we ask it a question, it goes to a knowledge base, our warehouse of information, to find the answer. The document it retrieves is the box, and the citation is the source label on that box. The problem starts when the driver, our AI model, messes up. There are a couple of ways this can happen. First, the driver might just grab the wrong box. This is what we call inaccurate recall. The AI identifies a document that seems relevant based on keywords or semantic similarity, but it doesn't actually contain the specific information needed to answer the question correctly. It is like grabbing a box labeled kitchen supplies when you needed a specific frying pan. The category is right, but the content is wrong. The second, and more frustrating, scenario is when the driver basically makes things up. This is what we call a hallucination. The AI retrieves a perfectly relevant document, the right box, but then completely misinterprets its contents or invents details that aren't there at all. It might confidently state a fact and point to the source, but when you go and read that source yourself, the information is nowhere to be found. It's like the driver hands you the right box, but tells you it contains a diamond necklace when it's really just a bag of screws. So, how do we solve this? We can't just trust the label on the box. We need to perform an inspection. In the AI world, this means we have to manually verify the link between the conclusion and the evidence. You have to open the box and check the contents for yourself. This is a fundamental shift in how we should view citations from AI systems. It is time to take down that old sign in our minds that says a citation is proof of accuracy and replace it with a new one. A citation is a source clue. That's all it is, a clue pointing to where the information might have come from. It doesn't, on its own, guarantee that the AI's conclusion is actually supported by that source. True verification requires checking the correspondence between the conclusion and the evidence. You have to ask, does this specific statement logically and factually follow from the content within the cited document? Is the AI summarizing accurately, or is it twisting the meaning, taking things out of context, or just plain making things up? This process of manual inspection is essential for building high-stakes applications where accuracy is non-negotiable. But let's be honest, it's also time-consuming and doesn't scale very well. If you have to manually check every single output, it kind of defeats the purpose of using an AI to automate things, right? This leads us to a fascinating and forward-thinking question. If we constantly need to verify the output against the source, can we flip the problem on its head? Instead of just letting the AI generate an answer and then checking it, can we make the output adhere to a strict specification from the very beginning? Think about it like giving a manufacturer a detailed blueprint. You don't just say, "Build me a car." You provide precise specifications for the engine, the dimensions, the materials, everything. The manufacturer's job is to follow that blueprint exactly. Can we do the same with large language models? Can we create a kind of output specification that constrains the model, forcing it to generate text that is strictly and provably tied to the source material? This would fundamentally reduce the chances of misinterpretation and hallucination from the outset. This concept of specification-driven generation is a powerful idea. It's about moving from a reactive post-generation inspection process to a proactive pre-generation guidance system. Imagine defining a schema or a set of rules that the AI must follow. For example, for every claim made, it must extract the exact quote from the source that supports it. Any information not found in the source is simply not included. This approach could dramatically improve reliability. It forces the model to work more like a meticulous researcher and less like a creative storyteller. It constrains the model's freedom to infer or improvise, which is often where the errors creep in. By defining a clear blueprint for what a good answer looks like, we guide the model toward correctness. Of course, this is easier said than done. It requires sophisticated prompt engineering, potentially fine-tuning models, and developing new frameworks for defining these specifications. But it's a promising path forward for building truly trustworthy AI systems. It's about ensuring that the chain of evidence, from source to conclusion, is unbreakable. So to recap, don't blindly trust AI citations. They are clues, not proof. Always perform an inspection to verify the link between the conclusion and the evidence. And for the future, let's explore how we can use specifications or blueprints to guide our AI models, ensuring they build their answers correctly from the ground up, minimizing the need for manual checks later on. This is a huge topic, and we'll be exploring these advanced techniques in future videos. What are your biggest frustrations with AI citations? Have you encountered some wild hallucinations? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next episode. See you next time.